Good day everyone. In this video, I will be going to demonstrate how to install XAMPP, MySQL Community Server 8, MySQL Workbench, and SQLYog. So first, we have to download the installers. So in my case, I already downloaded the installer for those mentioned applications. So I can also provide the link below so that you can also able to download the installers. So as you can see, the three here. So these are the installers we're going to use for this entire video. So first, we are going to install XAMPP. So we are already in the installer. We're going to click next. We keep on clicking next. Next. So as we can see, we're already installing the XAMPP. So as we can see here, we already finished installing the XAMPP. So we will click finish. So as we can see here, we can already use or we already have the XAMPP in our computer. So So we successfully installed the XAMPP. The next thing we have to install is the MySQL Community Server 8. So in here, we're going to click next. Execute. So we can see here the list of the products that will be downloaded during this installation. So as we can see here, it already has the MySQL Workbench. So it is included when we're going to install the MySQL Community Server 8. We're going to wait until all of the products are already downloaded. So as we can see, all of the products were downloaded. So we're going to click next. And then, in this process, we're going to install all of the products we downloaded. And in order to install that, we need to click execute. So as we can see, we already installed all of the products listed here. So we are allowed to proceed on the next process upon installation. Next. And then next. So we're going to use this use legacy authentication method. So in here, we're going to create a password for our root account. So after we created the password for our root account, we can proceed to the next process. So we're going to click next. Next. And then execute. Then finish. Then after that, we still have to click next and then finish. Next. We're going to type the password you created earlier. And then we will click next and then execute. Finish. Next. Finish. So as we can see here, we already have MySQL Workbench. So we're going to click local server. And then we're going to use the password we created earlier. So, yes. As we can see here, we can already write SQL statements, and we can also use MySQL Workbench. So we're done installing the MySQL Community Server 8 as well as the MySQL Workbench. So now we're going to install SQLYog. So we're going to select this one. Yes. So we are now in the installer of SQLYog. So we're going to click next. And then in order for us to proceed on the next process of installing SQLYog, we need to accept the terms of the license agreement. And then as we can see, we are now allowed to proceed to the next process. So we're going to click next. Next. Install. Next. And then finish. So since we are done installing the SQLYog, we can open the application. So in here, we need to create a connection. So, okay. And then we need to create a password for our root account. And then we can use SQLYog. So that's how we install XAMPP MySQL Community Server 8 together with the MySQL Workbench and also the SQLYog. So that's all.